I do know that there are assets up there. Mm-hmm. Initially ones that were ET, and now we have human ones that are up there.
Yeah. Yep. Can you share about some of the caring beings that first took you on board the craft to talk about?
Well, I'm not sure if that question is about what happened to me in 1973 or what happened subsequently.
So they're asking which of the caring beings first took you into their ship. So I don't know.
It wasn't one. It was a group, and they're different species. One of the false mythologies in the UFOs realm is that, look at our culture. We have people in this country from every country and every culture and every background. And in fits and starts, we get along most of the time okay, although demagogues are always trying to throw kerosene on our divisions. But I think, if you look at advanced civilizations that are interstellar cleared, meaning that they're cleared to go from one star system to here, beyond the speed of light, transdimensionally, they're not banging around like cowboys and Indians out in space. This is a false narrative. And this is why, people say, there are these three races or species. We know that Sergeant Clifford Stone, who was on the retrieval teams for the bodies and craft in the 60s, that by the late 60s, they had documented 69 separate species.
Right.
All evidence they were working together. Now, they're not always all together on the same craft or operation, but the idea that it's sort of like just the Wild West out in space is an anthropocentric projection, meaning we're projecting our own human chaos and divisiveness and disorderly, unevolved social structure on the ETs. Right. It's not how the universe operates. It's not how the cosmos at a higher order, where you've been cleared. If you look at my presentation on the cosmology and the evolution of civilizations, when you get to a level 3, 4, 5, and that level of consciousness and technology, they're not operating in the consciousness we are, of division and war and let's grab Greenland, or let's grab Ukraine, or let's invade this place. No, this is not. First of all, you have no need to do that, because any material object you need can be brought in out of the fabric of space-time into 3 dimensions, right? Literally materialized. So it's a whole different consciousness, and these are civilizations that have had that capability either thousands or millions of years ahead of us. And so we're always trying to judge and look at what's going on with the phenomenon based on the consciousness of early 21st century humans. And it's a mistake. We have to sort of learn to step into their shoes. So my experience is that they've always been multiple species working together, although sometimes I have discovered that the ones that are all together from one star system have maybe some specialized function or capabilities that, like everyone does, are God-given abilities, like the healer, that sort of a praying mantis, triangular shaped head ET that healed the man of his hearing that people can see in Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind, that we have the picture of, the photograph of, and that species is well known as sort of very much healers, physical, medical healers, and have some extraordinary capabilities in that regard. So that happens also. But when I had the contact, it wasn't just one, and it was clear that it was sort of a coalition, and they were interested in a boy, 17, 18, experiencing that cosmic consciousness state after I had the near death, as sort of a poor boy in the South with no particular provenance or privileges, but had that experience in a very clear way, without the trappings of the overlay of human religiosity, because my parents weren't religious. So it was sort of a pure experience, and it wasn't dominated by catechisms of, sort of stereotypes. I'm not trying to put down organized religion. I'm just saying there's a lot that gets overlaid or is allegories that people literalize. But this was sort of I don't know how to say it, sort of innocent and pure experience without those biases, because
Yeah.
my parents were, I mean, really agnostic type, didn't believe in anything. And boy, did I find out they were wrong, that there is a consciousness that continues after death, and the universe is filled with life, and the whole cosmos is conscious and consciousness. And, but that's an experience I had as 17, 18. And so that's informed, honestly, everything I've done since. I
Very
was
nice.
lucky that I died. I mean, it was terrible at the time, but at the same time, sort of shamanic, I guess you'd say.
Right.